I'm so here for the girl power things. I don't know. I know it's kind of cheesy, but I'm really here
I'm
for
one
it.
of those people.
I'm really here for it. So honestly, let's do it. I'm
Womandala.
down. Yeah. Did you say Womandala?
Yeah.
It's your show. Good. You can have that. You can have that one. It's your show, mama.
Yeah. I can't do no small talk. No small talk. I'm not with the small talk. Can't be with the small talk.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Tshepi, the host of 5 Weekend Breakfast, and I'm sitting with the incredible actress, dancer, singer, and let me tell you, her voice gives me goosebumps every single time because there's no tone that she cannot reach. Mariah Carey was found shaking.
Wait. We're gonna get sued. Wait.
Her name is Leigh Audrey. She's in studio with me. And the crew goes wild. How are you doing, Mama?
I'm good, and you, babe?
I'm well.
Good,
long
man.
time no see.
Very long. Very long. I think, what was it, pre-COVID? Last time I saw
you? Literally. And even at that point, you were still beautiful. You were still stunning.
Stop.
And I'm just like, how do you...
I'm trying to be like you.
Yeah,
you know?
Don't do that to me.
Yeah, man. No, man.
I'm not
really
good when I
happy to see
blush.
you.
I'm good to see you too. I'm happy to see you. Let's get started at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
When I got introduced to you, it was via a friend, right?
Yes.
And it was very interesting because prior to meeting you, all I heard was her voice. Her voice. Oh my word, her voice. She's amazing. She's kind. She's sweet. She can dance. You're gonna love her. And I was like, okay. Then I followed you on Instagram and I saw the moves and I said, that's my kind of girl. I like to see that. Okay.
Love it.
The dancing. Where did it start?
The dancing. Honestly, I started dancing because my mom was tired of looking at me after school because I had too much energy and she just needed somewhere to place me. So I was like 4
Makes
years
sense.
old and she was like, okay, there's dance classes at your school. Just
go.
You know what I'm saying? And then the year passed, end of the year, one of the dance teachers came and said, listen, your daughter, you know, you
There's
must
something
actually
there.
pursue this. Like this is, you know, and then after that, just never let it go. She kind of just went with my vibe and I always enjoyed it. So she just kept letting me do it. And then, here we are now.
Here you are now.
Yeah.
And you're still doing dancing and choreo, I assume?
I am. I still do lots of choreographing. I don't dance like in shows myself because honestly, choreographing is like my thing. I really, really enjoy it. Like teaching as well. It's really my thing. But yeah, man, we're still deep in the cut with dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I love that. Why would you say that the transition was so easy for you to choreo, even though you are a dancer first?
I don't know, actually. I that's a great question. I've never thought about that. It was kind of like how if you watch something and you see a choreography for something and you're like, I wouldn't do that. I would do this, right? It's kind of like that. And then just physically getting into the habit of creating the dances. And then eventually it becomes a process, like with anything, where you just know, okay, this is where I start, this is where I finish, this is how I do it. And yeah, I ended up just really enjoying creating what my perspective would be on choreography for different songs. I think that's why. Yeah.
And are you more a hip-hop girl? Are you ballet?
Oh, girl, it depends. Time of day, season. Like, honestly, it really depends. Like, right now, for example, I'm into, like, have you seen on TikTok, there's that Megan Thee Stallion song? And I seen
Star.
Yes, exactly. So, like, I was super into that, like, a week ago.
Yeah.
But then, like, we were driving from a shoot with my manager the other day, and I saw a billboard for La Traviata, which is a ballet. I was like, oh my God, I haven't seen a South African one. I'm so excited. They're doing La Traviata. It depends. It really depends on the day. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm kind of all over the place.
But I love that. I mean, it's also very important to be versatile when you
Sure,
think about this
absolutely.
industry, right?
Definitely.
Because today we're all dancing to Amapiano. Tomorrow it's maybe R&B, and then you need to adjust and adapt to that.
Exactly.
But currently, where do you find yourself leaning towards in terms of music? What are you listening to the most right now?
What's the politically correct answer?
This is the correct answer.
No.
It's on my nails.
No. I'm honestly right now listening to a lot of, I I'm listening to a lot of different genres because I'm working on music. So I'm trying to like kind of pick what I like from all the different genres to put it together. But it's been a lot of hip hop, actually, a lot of rap because of the whole Kendrick Drake thing. So I've just
They're
been
not like
on
us.
that. They're not. They're not.
They've never been.
Afro beats, definitely. R&B, old school South African jazz.
Ooh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm trying to find my favorite parts of all my favorite types of music and see what's mine, what I would contribute, to the music industry. So yeah, that's what I'm into right now.
Okay, speaking of music industry, the singing. We already know you started dancing at 4 years old. Now, tell me, when you are in the shower and you're sounding like Beyonce, it must be a great feeling, ne? Other kids,
my sister and my parents would beg to differ. I did make some people struggle through raising me every morning with the screaming, but to me it was great. I thought it was a concert every morning, mama, honestly. So yeah, man, it wasn't, but I never thought of it as like, oh, I sound like Beyonce. I thought of it like, yeah, I'm gonna sing in the shower like anyone else. You know what I'm saying? I found out from other people that I have a nice voice.
Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't my thing. I wanted to dance, remember?
Makes sense. Yeah. So you were like, this is it. I don't have to do all those other things.
Yeah, I actually was told by a friend, I think you guys might have been in the same grade. Do you know Ati? Do you remember Ati? Hulashe from Willows. He was from Willows. Either way, he...
Sounds familiar though.
Yeah. He's one of my close mates. He was... I don't know what I was doing. I was singing something. He was walking past and he was like, dude, you have a great voice. You should audition for choir. I was like 14 or something at the time. It was the first time someone was like, oh, do you sing? I was like, no, I like singing. I can sing, but I'm not a singer. And he was like, yeah, come sing, come to the choir. And that's where they hyped me.
Okay.
That's where they hyped me.
Look at you.
But yeah, that's how that kind of happened. It wasn't in the game plan. Not really. Yeah.
And then you're in the choir. Obviously it's going well. When do you start finding your own voice?
That probably happened more recently than a lot of people would think.
What?
Yeah, because when you're in school or in choir, right, you're singing stuff that's being given to you, that's being taught to you, right? So you can kind of hide your own, like what your preference is behind like the fact that, oh no, this is my song, I sound good on this song.
Yeah.
So like I was singing what was there for the most part, and then when I went to go study, I was also singing other stuff that people had written and all of that.
Sense.
So when I actually like started writing to put together like a project, or that's when I was like, oh, what would I sound like if someone said just sing something that's like says Leigh. Probably like a year and a half ago, I would have shrugged my shoulders and be like, what do you like? What do you want to hear? Wow. I can sing whatever you like. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's part of the process. It's been part of the process of writing.
And honestly, how is that process? Like, where do you have to be mentally? Like, is it a quiet room for you? Is it a holiday away from everybody and everything? Or is it in a bus maybe, or in a car as you're driving?
It's very like, I think anyone that's like into creative stuff and whatever will kind of tell you like there's different situations. Like sometimes if you know, okay, I'm working on a song from this time to this time, you kind of just mentally tell yourself, okay, cool, whatever's gonna come, that's what I'm gonna go with. You think about it. And then there's times when you're walking somewhere in a mall somewhere and you just see something, you're like, wait,
this is the
notes
moment.
open my phone. Oh, I'm a genius. Like,
it's coming.
Yeah, sometimes it just happens, like you just get like a spark of creation or whatever. But in general, I write better when I'm alone, I guess, because I don't feel inhibited or shy.
Gotcha.
Like if we were sitting here and you asked me to write something, it would probably start leaning a bit more towards what I think you would like. Or what I think you're like trying to get me to write. If I'm alone, it's just straight up whatever I'm thinking and what I do want to say, whatever, and I don't really think about the other person that's in the room. So I do think it's a bit easier for me to write when I'm alone. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, because it also, I think it speaks to the person that you are. The fact that when you write, when someone is in the room, you try to accommodate them. Because someone else could have been like, this is my comfort zone. This is where I'm at. And I'm going to write from that point of view, whether there's a producer here, whether there's someone interviewing me. You get what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, you're taking a very positive perspective on it because honestly, like the comfort zone thing you said, my comfort zone is doing what other people like.
Okay.
Does that make sense? It's kind of like not having to be, if it's bad, it can't be because it's me. It's because like I was trying to do what you want. So it's more like a protective instinct type of thing. It's kind of like trying to remain on the good sides of everyone type thing. But like it is melting away. It's melting away. Like it's more of like just a trusting that my taste is actually good enough for me to just up front, just go, no matter who's in the room, I can just go directly the way I want to. But there's two sides to the coin, basically. Yeah.
I think it also speaks to what you said earlier on about finding your voice. It's a process, right?
100%.
And I mean, I think I can speak on being a DJ as well. When you start off, obviously, they ask you, what do you want to play? And then you play around with a sound that you're comfortable with or that you think the crowd would like. And for me, it was Amapiano, but more so also because I like dancing to it. So I was like, okay, let's play around. But the more and more I do interviews, the more I engage with people, it's like, maybe I'm going to start doing hip hop. And people are like, no, but why are you doing that? It's like, just because we ask you what other sounds would you like to explore, you start looking for other options. You don't have to entertain those other options.
Stick to your guns, mama. If you want to, if you trust enough, like sticking to your guns is always better. 100%.
I love that. I love that so much. Okay, so you mentioned as you're working on projects. You understand what I'm saying? Before we get to that, I need you to take me through the process of writing Nowhere with Francis J, right?
Oh my goodness, I didn't think you were gonna. Wow, you went in the archives, mama. That
it's not in the archive. It's in my library currently. I listened to it. Like I listened to it this morning.
Are you serious?
I listened to it 2 weeks ago. Girl, it's been
Nowhere of all songs.
Like it gives me goosebumps every single time because
that's
you guys played around with nature, and like an a cappella kind of vibe, and then later on the beat comes, but it's very subtle. Oh,
that's so crazy!
Just give me a moment of creating that. How was that? Describe that moment for me.
You know what? First of all, we were 17 years old when we wrote that song.
Come on!
And I listened to it the other day. I was like, girl, what are you talking about? My heart is breaking. What you mean, girl? What do you know about all that? But yeah, we were like 17 years old when we wrote it. I think Francis was 16. And we were actually just at Tux because we had a show later that day. And we had a break between rehearsal and the show. And he had his laptop and his little mic recording thingy. And he was like, hey, do you want to go to one of the music rooms and do something real quick? I was like, sure. And then we did the little harmony, that like opening harmony or whatever. And then I sat there and I wrote. And then he was like, okay, cool, I get your vibe. And he wrote his verse. And then we just kind of did the thing. And then later we were like, ooh, rain, add rain. We went on YouTube, literally just rain on YouTube. We were like, rain, thunderstorm. And we put it on. It was literally a moment in passing. It wasn't meant to be like this whole thing. It was never meant to be like I didn't even think he was going to put it on his project. I didn't.
No way.
I'm so serious. That's why I'm so shocked that you even mentioned that song. It's like 10 years old at this point.
Yeah, I'm actually shocked that it was just a by the way thing, because for me it sounds like you guys were going through something and you're like, let's talk about this.
We are fakes. We such fakes.
Wow.
We literally we were writing, and it was meant to be fun. I think that's why it came across so earnestly and so easily, because we were literally just jamming. We were just chilling. It wasn't a whole thing of like, okay, let's write a hit. No.
Okay, for someone that doesn't know the song, that's never heard it, just a snippet, please.
Okay. How does it go? How does it start? Oh my gosh, I would have listened to it.
In the middle of nowhere.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of nowhere. Can't seem to find no one. Eyes closed, but my sky's gray and a sky that's breaking. Ice cold and I'm all alone. And I feel like I'm falling deeper into you. That's a really good one, isn't it?
I cannot.
Oh my gosh, I cannot remember that song at all. I
Wow.
can't believe you asking me for Nowhere.
Okay, let's get to what you're working on now, right? Well, before we get to now, hold up. Why am I jumping the gun? There's one that just dropped.
Yes, it is. Talk about it. Where's the camera? We'll talk about it.
Hold me.
Yes, ma'am.
I wish I could be in the room when you make music, because you go on this journey, and I think you take me on that journey with you. It feels like I'm your friend and I'm holding your hand and I'm experiencing that thing with you.
That's
What
crazy,
was
man.
Holding all about? Like for someone that's never heard it or that's about to listen to it, what are you trying to say with Hold Me?
So, Hold Me is very interesting. It's a song. I heard the actual track for it before I wrote for it because my producer he just had it. It was in his archives. And he played it for me and he was like, listen, I've had this thing for a while. Hey, I don't know who, I don't know how, but this is like a great song. And I heard it and I was like, okay, cool. And the conversation we had about it was around like romance, but not like the physical or the like cute crush situation, like the like mental connection between people where you're like, oh my gosh, the way you think is so sexy to me. And that's kind of like the direction that I was going in. That's why I started it with Best Not to Confide My Open Thoughts and Closed Minds. And it's like,
Bars.
hey,
Bars.
it's what we do, Tshepi.
Come
It's what
on,
we
Weenie.
do. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, man. So that was actually the journey I was trying to go on, and it's kind of like just the exploring of like, what's the most romantic, sexual way you can describe someone's train of thought or someone's mental space, and what that means to you and how it contributes to you and how you feel about them. That's actually what Hold Me is about.
But do you see what I talk about when I say it's like I'm there with you? You literally describing being attracted to how someone thinks.
Yes,
that's a different way of expressing, love to someone. Also, because we have such a fickle generation, it's either, oh, that's a great bird. Oh, that's a cute face, So even having to listen to a song like that, it requires you to kind of go there.
Yeah.
You won't understand it if you're also just a person of the surface.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I mean, you know what? Everything is not for everyone to get, if that makes sense. So it's like, I think my favorite thing about Hold Me is that it has this amazing balance of like commercial and deep. For the girlies that want to get deep, you can go and like really, really break down the lyric. But then you also have the commercial aspect where it's like, listen, if you're not that type of person to sit there and analyze every line in the song, you still just got like that groove and you're like, oh, it's very, I think it accommodates for a lot of that, but it also doesn't mean that you have to sacrifice on the writing, on the pen, on the depth, on the content of it. Does that make sense?
Oh, spoken like a true artist, hey?
It's what we do.
Can't water down the art.
It's what we do.
Just to accommodate the masses.
Yeah, dude.
I love that.
Yeah, it's all possible. You just have to be willing to like figure it out. Like really figure it out.
Then comes the video. She said, my lips don't lie and my hips don't lie. I see you, Carl.
Okay.
Talk about it. How was making the video? What was the story you were telling? Because firstly, love the outfit.
Thank you.
8.
Thank
Right?
you.
Cute. Actually, both. There's 2.
Yeah, there were 3 looks in the thing. There's the white what is it? A crochet?
Yes.
White crochet.
That one.
And then there was like a white formal dress with like sleeves, and it was a cutie moment, and then there was the black right at the end. Loved all 3 of those
Missed
looks.
that, yes. But 8.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you.
So, what were we trying to say there?
So the vision for the video kind of developed as we were going with it, because we had a very specific set like storyline and what we wanted to do with it and whatever. And just like the way the universe and God and stuff happens, it kind of took its own direction. It was like, okay, you guys wanted to do this, that's not really going to work, this and this. And then when the video was shot and it became time for editing, then when the edits came back, I was like, no, our concept still doesn't, but then if we go this way and that way. And honestly, I think what we wanted to do with Hold Me was just get a visual representation of how the song feels. You know what I'm saying? And I think from the process of like looking for the location that we shot at, the people we decided to work with, the costume, the hair, all of that, it had everything to do with like, if you listen to the song and someone asked you to put a visual to it, more likely than not, what would it be? And that's why like you'll see in the video, it's very warm. Everything is very like, it's like open spaces, brown colors, like very, very much like a sensual vibe happening, because I feel like the song kind of suggests that as well. So yeah, that's how it actually happened when we put together the video. And I think I think what we got is so much better than what we were trying to execute. I think it worked out the way it was supposed to. Yeah,
wow,
definitely.
But you also sound like you're very hands-on with everything that you do. You know, someone else could have been like, my manager's got this, just organize cameras, there's outfits, I need to look cute, I'll just show up and do what I have to do. Why is that so important for you to be so hands-on?
Well, it depends on what it is. For me, I think I know my capacity and capabilities. So there's some things where I'm like, oh, producer produce there, manager manage, the stylist style up, you know. But then when it comes to like the actual concept and putting it together, it's honestly because the people I work with allow me to also be part of the conversation.
Love it.
So it's not a thing of like, yeah, I want this, and then nah, it's a thing of, what if we go this way? And then I'm like, oh, this, nah, that's not really gonna work. What if we went this way, that way? It's all of it is a collaborative effort. So none of it, I don't feel excluded from anything, nor do I feel like I am responsible for every single thing. Like there's no, it's a very in between. Everyone's kind of like got their hand in the pot.
Love it. You guys have found your flow.
Yeah, for sure.
And now that we're still on that topic, just working with a team, how important do you feel like that is for artists? You know, because some people are like, yo, I can't find the right managers, I can't find the right people to you know, manage certain things for me, or I feel like it's better I work alone, because some people come and then they don't pull through when I say they must pull through in certain aspects.
Yeah, I think that, you know, I've had actually a lot of people ask me recently, artist friends specifically, and they'll just be like, wow, how did you end up, like, how did you organize the trace thing? How did you get this? Like, and just seeing the quality of the product that we've been blessed to be able to create, and just asking me like, but how, like, what's the, and my answer is always like, gents, I don't know what to tell you, my team is crazy. Like my team is just up, like, I don't know what to say.
Come on with it.
And I think it's to each his own, ultimately, but I do see a very deep benefit in an artist, like as the actual artist that is, you want to be the face, you want to be the singer, you want to have your name on the thing. I don't know a lot of artists that can be that and everything else that has to happen behind the scenes for themselves.
True.
It's not impossible, but I don't think it's practical for a lot of the positions that we are in as artists. So I think, honestly, having a team is the game changer. It is actually, because the other thing about working with a lot of people, you don't know who knows who, right? And I'm always saying, I say this 700 times a day, there's only 12 people in Gauteng, Tshepi. There's 12 people. 6 of them know each other, 6 of them know each other, and these 6 know each other cross. Ultimately, at some point somewhere, you're going to run into someone that knows something about someone that you kind of know in one capacity or the other. And I think when you have a team, it expands your capabilities.
Gotcha.
It expands what you're able to do. If I try to put together a music video, Kili one, right? I'm only calling the people I know. We're Googling, you know, stuff like that. When you're working with people that know people, there's always someone. It makes it easier to be able to get closer to what you're really trying to achieve. You know what I'm saying? And you know that there's people that develop relationships, you know, through networking, and they know, okay, cool, I met Tshepi today. In 3 years, I might give her a call and be like, listen, there's this person.
Gotcha.
It's always like that. That's why I honestly advocate for a team. I just think it's bigger than trying to do this is bigger than one person. So it does take a village, I think.
That's true. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, not only is she dropping gems, but she's going to be dropping a project soon. Let's talk about the project. What are you cooking? What has it been like?
Oh, we're cooking in the kitchen. No, it's been awesome, dude. Oh my gosh, it's been so awesome.
That is so different. Just sorry to jump in there. But artists normally when they're working on a project, it's like, it's been so stressful, you know, like we went to like a camp, a boot camp, what?
No, girl,
and we're
time
there
of
for
my
like
life.
3 weeks.
What?
Wow.
Time of my life. What? We prayed for this, Mama. I'm going to enjoy it. What
Come
do you
on,
mean? Time of my life, girl.
it.
No, it's been awesome, dude. Writing and being part of the process, even being stressed has been nice.
Got you. Because you
know what I mean?
why the stress is there.
Yeah, exactly. Because when you see it at the
yeah.
end, you're like, exactly.
Worth it.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I've had a lot of fun. I like seeing it come together. I like seeing something that didn't exist before that literally exists at like our hands. I enjoy that so much. It's very cool to me. It's like, you know, contributing something into the world.
Yeah.
So I have been enjoying it a lot. And yeah, the project is coming together very nice. Let me not lie. It is super exciting. It's an EP, and we're gonna have a couple tracks on there.
Love it.
Yeah, and yeah, it's called Summer Rain, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited to get that out to you guys. I have no idea what people are gonna think, but I know I love it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm hoping it's gonna be cool for everyone.
I'm excited for you. I'm really excited for you. Is
Thank
there anybody
you.
that you worked with specifically in this EP that you want to give a shout out to, or that you want to highlight maybe?
Nah, it's just big me. Nah, I'm
Really?
joking. I'm kidding.
I
I'm
was about to
literally
say,
kidding.
wow,
That's a
whole
lie.
EP, one man.
It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. No, my producer Rem has been crazy, dude. He's been hey, let me tell his business.
Tell.
Rem has told me the opening of the first song on the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I literally said, wrote a verse. I was like, feeling it. Came in, listened. He said, weak. He said, it's weak sauce. He literally was like, this is weak sauce. I've seen you write before. Do it again. Start over. So
What about me? What
That's-
about my feelings?
Mama, your feelings, you can have feelings and be mediocre, or you know what I'm saying? And that's it's one of those things. That's why I'm saying, like, even the stress has been nice, because
it.
being able to, when you're good at something, people have this thing where they, yeah, oh my gosh, yes, whatever you do, and
That's
then
true.
sometimes you need to be corrected or told, like, you could for sure do better. Like, you could for sure do better. If you were anyone else, this would be fine. You're not anyone else, so get back into it.
Sure.
So yeah, I would say Rem is like definitely main character
Love it.
in that process. Yeah.
Anybody that you're inspiring to work with maybe in the future?
Great question. Yeah, let me call out people so they feel pressure. No, I'm kidding.
The camera's right there.
No, man. I mean, I would love to do something with Naya Ayla. I think I like her stuff a lot, and I would love to. She's like in the circle of people that I'm like, I've been watching for years, and I really enjoy her stuff. So Naya would be awesome. Who else? Kiro is actually a producer that's also working right now, and I really would just like to be on one of his tracks as well. I just think, just for the culture. I
Yeah,
want to see.
understand.
I want to see what it would be like if we were to try and mix our worlds a little bit.
Makes sense.
Who else? I don't know. Who else would I want to work
Would
with?
you do an Amapiano song with DJ Tshepi?
Are we asking questions or are we just talking facts? What do you mean? I would have to. I'd be obligated. What do you mean?
Okay, you heard it here on the
Absolutely.
5 Unscripted. First, you know what I'm saying? We cooking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Manager,
okay.
pencil her in. Pencil her in. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, man. Absolutely, I would. That actually would be... I'm so here for the girl power things. I don't know. I know
Right?
it's kind of cheesy, but I'm really
No,
here
I'm
for
one
it.
of those people.
I'm really here for it. So
Yeah.
honestly, let's do it. I'm down.
Womandala.
Yeah. Did you say Womandala?
Yeah.
It's your show. Good. You can have that. You can have that one. It's your show, mama.
Okay, before we wrap it up, I want to take you back, and I wanna get into who Leigh Audrey is. Right? When you were in NYC, what was that time like? What did you take away from it, and what do you feel like it has changed in your journey of life right now?
New York was a very, very specific experience because it was good on like every frontier in terms of I had worked towards it. I always knew I wanted to be there and I had achieved it actually. And then when I got there, I did well as well. I remember being like, oh, I thought I was just like South Africa good, but like I'm like New York good too. Okay, cool. So that was very like validating and it was very cool like seeing the difference in the culture, to be honest. And I don't mean in the culture in terms of like, I mean in the culture as in like first world versus third world type thing. They worry about different things than we do. Different things are important to them than what are important to us. And there's just there's dynamics, man, that I had to pick up on and kind of realize like, oh, okay, this is how you guys go about things. But for me, I think my favorite thing about having been to New York is having been exposed to different environments and different types of artists and how people do things in a different part of the world, but also just my training, just general training. I mean, I couldn't have asked for better lecturers. I couldn't have asked for a better environment to train in either. And because it's a city where if there's 8 million people in New York, 6 million of them are trying to be performing artists or trying to be in the industry. You know what I'm saying? So it's literally like the type of thing where you go to a coffee shop and someone's like, oh, here's my resume. Like it's very that vibe. So I think it's just this work everywhere. There's people everywhere. There's people to learn from everywhere. Yeah. And I think the combined practical school side of things with like also being able to work in between was just super cool. Like a very, very good experience for me. And I wouldn't change that for the world. On the other side of things, it was also very strange because I moved in 2016. I moved a month before the Trump inauguration. And it was...
interesting times.
It was very much interesting times. I remember like the day I arrived in New York, I got an Uber and they were deviating the paths to where we were trying to go because there was a bombing in Chelsea from the election stuff, and I was like, oh, this is real. Like
it's
this
real,
is very, very serious here.
Wow.
So yeah, it was a very interesting thing at the time because New York also is a very democratic state. So the opinions were very clear.
Yeah.
Right? And I remember thinking like, I don't really have much of an opinion on this because not my country. Like it's also not my politics.
I've just arrived.
I just got here, and me, I just want to sing songs, And I remember just like kind of loving the environment and the tensions, the different tensions and stuff. And then it only ever impacted me when it became a thing about the immigration laws changing and the ICE situations. That's when it started involving us. The impact of having been there when the immigration laws changed, to me was very jarring because it meant I had to change my plans. Not because of anything I could control or anything I could do to better myself or the work that I didn't do. It was just because, hey, that's life. You know what I mean? And it was also like sudden when I had to leave. It was like, oh no, they just changed your visa thing is no more a year, it's now 4 months. Okay, so you have to go. Like you have to be gone like yesterday. And it was like, whoa, okay, cool. And they're very serious in America. They're very like, if you're not gone by this time, you're gonna get issued a warrant for your arrest and then we're gonna set you. It was a whole thing. So when I came back, I hadn't mentally like prepared myself to come back or to
now change of plans.
Exactly. And I didn't know what I was gonna do either. That's why I ended up just kind of going with the flow. That's how we ended up with Titaba. That's how we ended up doing the open mics and all that stuff, because I just came back and I looked around. I was like, okay, well, can't just sit here. So what are we gonna do? But ultimately, I think it was way more of a positive experience being in New York than it was a negative at all. Like in my personal experience was awesome. The people that I met, I'm still friends with now. Like my roommate is from Colombia. We were chatting yesterday.
Wow.
Literally, she's just like, oh my gosh, you're gonna be on radio. I was like it's a whole thing, man. It's fun. It was a great experience. I really, really enjoyed it, and I still use what I learned there till now. All the work that I've done now here at home is because I was in New York. I believe, So yeah, man, that's kind of how that went for me. I don't know, but I'm happy about it.
I'm glad also. Certain things happen for a reason. 100%. As much as in the moment we're probably like, what is going on?
Yeah.
I'm about to lose my mind, But you came back, like you said, and you started amazing things. I, for one, was a fan of the band.
Yes.
The band was called Titaba, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what was the band supposed to do? What was the idea behind the band? Because it was friends that came together and everybody had their own little thing that they were doing. And it seemed like it was going to be a thing that's going to end up being a band that we know with albums and albums and albums.
Yeah.
So speak a little bit on that.
It was such a weird, it was never supposed to be a thing. You guys made it a thing.
And we really did.
You guys, we were literally just jamming. We were jamming. I had a show that I wanted to do and I didn't know anyone here because I hadn't been living here for years.
Yeah.
So all my connects had moved on.
I'm so sorry.
You know what I mean?
I get
And
it.
then I was like, okay, I just called my friends. I was like, listen, who knows who? And they just put together like a band, a quick band. It wasn't even supposed to be a whole thing. We did the show. We were like, okay, thanks, guys. Thanks for your effort. And then people started asking, okay, so then again, when
When is the
can
next
we-
one?
Where can we? We were like, okay, I guess, guys, do you want to do another one? Okay, we did another one. Ah, guys, okay, open mic. Okay, let's do an open mic. Then we organized Back to Basics. And then one day someone was like, so what are y'all called? We looked at each other. What? And the
What do
only
you
reason
mean?
it was called Ditaba is because when I initially organized the show, the first show we did together, it was on the something of November, and I made a group and I called it Ditaba tsa Mang Mang November.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then someone was like, what's your name? And Tando, you know how Tando is. Ditaba? Yeah, Ditaba.
Where did Taba? Yeah.
I said, okay.
And you just ran with
I
it.
said, okay, Tando, do your thing, bro.
No.
Do your thing. Hey, work, bro. He's gonna kill me. He's gonna see this. He's gonna kill me. But yeah,
We
that's
love
how it
you.
happened.
Okay, we love you.
He knows. No, yeah, man. And then the stuff was going really well. It was going super, super well. And then when COVID happened, it threw us off a lot because we were completely based on live performance.
Sure.
Everything we did
Yes,
was
actually.
live performance.
Yeah.
We didn't have, it wasn't like we were a recording band or we were anything. We weren't like a studio, but we were just live performances, right? And a lot of the stuff got cancelled, and then we literally just weren't allowed to do anything for a really long time.
We were not
And
outside.
then because we were never a real like band, that wasn't what we were a real band, but we weren't, that wasn't everyone's occupation. That wasn't what we
Gotcha.
did.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone had their own jobs and their own lives that happened. Then the situation of COVID basically forced people to go and make money. You have to go make a plan. Like, how are you
Time
going
to
to do
hustle
this?
now.
So basically, it ended up being a thing of everyone's lives now went in a different direction. But I'm sure if I call them now and said, hey guys, let's do this, we'll do it. Does that make sense?
And you guys will kill it.
Yeah.
Standard procedure.
You know.
Yeah.
You know. You're a witness.
Come on.
But yeah, like that's literally how it went down. It's just a thing of, okay, even me, I ended up having to go and do my own stuff, and then it just became like there's no way to work around the fact that people have to pay bills. But also, if we want to, we can put together a thing, do a show, do a performance, and I don't feel like I don't have access to the band at all. It's definitely still alive, well, the whole thing. We can push for it. It's just a thing of there needs to be an environment where it's like, okay, cool, we now know we're performing week by week or whatever it is. And honestly, it's coming. Don't worry. It's coming.
There
It's
we
coming.
go. They're
Cooking in the kitchen.
cooking.
Yeah.
And that wrist is always moving there by your side. I can see. Yeah, you're always cooking. Hey?
Yes, ma'am. You have to. You the chef, dog.
Come on.
Gotta cook.
And the people gotta eat.
Hey, you
Feed
understand.
the kids.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So now that we know that the band might be coming together soon, there's a project coming. You dropped your single. There's a music video out there. Go check it out. Don't be that person.
Definitely.
I see you.
I
Come on.
agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Do the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Where do you feel is the next point for you now? And I know this is a very weird question because you're like, Tshepi, I just dropped a single and I just told you I have a project and I just told you. But like, as Leigh Audrey, what's the next thing? What do you feel like you still need to do for you to be like, I did that? Or are you at that space right now?
Still need to do. There's not. Honestly, I take the things as they come because even like I can't sit here and act like being on Trace was more of an accomplishment to me than finishing to write the song. So it's like both of those things to me are accolades. So I want things like equally in that same way. If the second single can come out, I'm gonna be like yes. But if it
Gotcha.
comes out on Channel O, I'll be like yes. You know, it's all for me very exciting. Like
Yeah.
everything that comes, and I don't like to say like, oh, I want this, because like I found like sometimes you limit yourself.
True.
When you try to say like, oh, it would be so cool if I could. Nah, girl, more, bigger. You know. So I honestly am excited to see how people receive it, and I think the big things will come in accordance with the work we've done. I think we've done some really good stuff. And I think I'm excited to see who comes along, man. I'm excited to see who buys into the whole spiel, because I think accolade worthy stuff. Like, everyone that's working on it is just so good at their job. And I think you guys will get it very, very soon. I think you'll get it. So I think the next thing for me, honestly, I want to perform, man. I want to sing. I want to start doing live shows and keep writing, keep going. Every day is Monday. Every day you start again, you do another thing. Hold Me is there. It's done its job. Now we're letting it just kind of multiply and kind of just get, we enjoying the fruits of that labor. But then there's other things that's also still need to be done, still working, we're still pushing. So there's never really a thing of like, okay, what's next? I've known what's next from before I knew when that was gonna cut. You know what I'm saying? It's very much a thing it's just continuous. It's just continuous, truly.
That is beautiful. I love that you enjoying each and everything, because that's one thing I battled with, where I felt like, just because I was a starting DJ, the first gig and all that things, I felt like I can't really celebrate them on social media or on any other platform, because there's Uncle Waffles who's doing 10 times what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So someone sat me down and they said, Tshepi, enjoy your small little achievements.
Yes.
They might be small to the world, but you know what it took you for you to get there.
Yes.
You know what it took for you to achieve that,
100%.
So for an upcoming artist that's listening right now to your voice, what advice would you give them?
Be for real. Just be for real. Like, honestly, just be yourself, I would say. Because it's not, because people can tell when you're faking. And people can tell if you're trying to be something that it's not your portion. It's not your, it's not your testimony. And I think the best thing what everyone enjoys in their favorite artist or their favorite DJ or their favorite presenter or their favorite whatever is like, oh, I feel like I could be your boy. Like, I feel like your friend, and I would say like, and it's not even specific to any genre or any style of music or art. It's more just a thing of being genuine translates to everyone. Like, everyone can tell if you're really, really just telling your truth. And I think that would be the best way. And that's on an emotional front. On like a practical front, right, do the work. Wake up, write your song, do what you have to do. Because it's not, there's enough space for everyone. Sometimes you feel like, oh, how am I going to become a singer when there's Beyoncé's in the, like, there's space. There's space for everyone. It's not, don't allow people you don't know to pressure you type thing. I would say that's the main thing. Kind of just put on, what's for klappers kasko?
I love that you also do that, because I always oogklapper, right? Your blinders, man. Just put on your blinders.
Put on the blinders. Look in front, bro. Just do your thing, and by the time you lift your head up, you'll see yourself somewhere else, dude. I think that's
that's beautiful. I love that. Stay true to yourself. Be authentic. People will relate to you, and you're not everybody's cup of tea. I love that you said that, and that's okay. Fine. You don't have to be Beyonce for you to still be doing well where you at.
100%.
I think that's beautiful. I'm so excited to see the project come to life and everything. I'm excited for us to work together.
Yes.
They heard it. I'm holding you to it. Even management was like, you see when management does this, how we are cooking, the contract
I can't even back out anymore.
You'll see us in studio soon.
But
thank you so much for making time to come and chat to me. I think you've done incredible things. Your journey is absolutely beautiful to witness also, from beginning when I met you to where it is now.
Thank you, Mom.
And I can't wait for you to do more theatre things.
Really? My mom says that a lot. My mom says that a lot. She's like,
come on.
Yeah, but when you're going to get back into musical theatre? I'm like, Mommy, we're coming. Yeah. Let's one thing at a time. One at a time.
Look at you. Let's pace ourselves.
Exactly.
Hurry is good.
I won't say no.
Love it. Leigh Audrey, ladies and gentlemen. She's absolutely incredible. Hold Me is out. The single is there. The video is there. Go check it out. Don't be that person. And then we are cooking. Other things also coming. You already know what I'm saying. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Yay!
That was amazing.
Good job. Awesome. I mean, this is what you do, but I enjoyed myself.
Wow.
Okay. I always try to keep it great rehearsal is crazy, sir. Sir, I saw the red light, sir.